Good morning. I'm Claudine Blin, co-chair of the ECTS PhD Training Course Action Group, and I'm very pleased to welcome you to the ECTS GEMSTONE Digital Masterclass 2021. This course has been co-organized by ECTS and by the Coast Action GEMSTONE with the support of Scanco Medical and ISBMR. This masterclass is dedicated to PhD students, trainees, and young investigators. Organizers of this masterclass are ECTS and GEMSTONE. For ECTS, the Education Committee is chaired by Nouria Kouania-Benz, and in this committee, I'm co-chairing the PhD Training Action Group. And Catherine Staines is also a member of this action group, and she also participates in the local organizing committee, together with Carmen Huesa, Thomas Levin-Anderson, Johan Vitran, and Nerea Alonso Lopez. And the ECTS Executive Director, Roberta Mugnai, also contributed a lot in this organization. For GEMSTONE, we worked with the GEMSTONE Chair, Fernando Rivadeneira, and with Fiorda Coromani. The aims and learning outcomes of this digital masterclass are to promote knowledge about bone physiology and pathologies, cutting-edge technologies in bone research, phenotyping models of bone diseases, but also skills such as how to write a paper and a CV, and how to manage a research project. This course will also promote networking between PhD students and international experts. This course is organized on 4 days with pre-recorded sessions that are available on demand and will be associated with live discussion, and live sessions for the discussion of the pre-recorded presentations, and workshops, mentoring sessions, and student presentations. And the last day will be the feedback day for more individual discussions. Internationally recognized experts will cover different aspects such as basics in bone cells and clinical bone formation and resorption, bioinformatics and in vivo and in vitro models of research, hormones and bone, and osteoarthritis. There will be 2 interactive workshops. The first on how to manage a research project, where for sure you will find a lot of very interesting advices for your daily work. And the second one on writing papers with 4 researchers that belong to the editorial board of 4 major journals in the field. More live discussion will be possible all along the course during the student presentations, the mentoring session, and the chat. And on August 27, small groups of students will have the opportunity to discuss with experts on their research project and on how to improve their CV. I would like to finish with 3 important points. First, the success of the course mainly depends on your active participation. This course is made for you to give you the opportunity to discuss and ask questions. So please don't be shy. Don't stay passive and participate as much as possible in the chat, the discussion, and networking. Prepare your questions in advance and don't hesitate to ask them. And lastly, during the students' presentation, stay on times as the moderator will be strict with timing. And with this, I hope you will enjoy these 4 days of masterclass, and I wish you very nice discussions.
After this very nice overview by Claudine, it is my turn to introduce our GEMSTONE Coast Action to you. My name is Fernando Rivadeneira, and I am chair of the Genomics of Musculoskeletal Traits Translational Network, or GEMSTONE. For the 2nd year in a row, we have teamed up with the ECTS to organize this digital masterclass. So let me tell you a little bit about GEMSTONE. GEMSTONE is a coast action whose objective is to promote and spreading networks of excellence meant to bring people together, researchers who are experts in their fields from interdisciplinary areas to work together to solve a problem. And that's the case for GEMSTONE, where basically we will overwhelmed by all the genomic discoveries arising from genome-wide association studies, but also by whole exome sequencing efforts in families. And we needed to translate these discovered loci to the clinic, bringing together to the table experts in the fields of bioinformatics, on functional studies in cell and tissue models, in animal organisms, and of course with clinicians, where we could explore novel phenotypes that can be assessed, and also the use of novel analytical methods. And that's basically what GEMSTONE does. How do we do this? Well, basically by using the infrastructure from GEMSTONE to organize meetings, training schools, such as the one you are having now, perform short-term scientific missions that allow you to visit other labs, and other dissemination tools. Very recently, we have also the possibility to have virtual networking tools. That means being able to have these activities, but virtually. How can you join? Well, basically, what you need is to identify the working group or working groups where you think you will be most active. It can be either by working group 1, where basically we're putting together those genome-wide association or sequencing studies that are being performed, and look at the resources of the labs in an inventory so people will know where to go to. We can also, you can also join working group 2, that's about phenotyping, and that's basically think how we can translate those phenotypes from the cell models to the animal models to the actual patient. And in working group 3, we basically go in depth through the phenotypic presentation of monogenic disorders that affect the skeleton, and try to use these to inform biology. But it also helps those patients with monogenic conditions to potentially identify causes from their disease. And we have working group 4 that's focused on the functional investigations. That's basically putting together all the resources and expertise out there to learn about the underlying biology. And we do this with the help of working group 5, basically bioinformatics and biostatistical methods that are required to put all these data together, with one objective, that is the aim of working group 6, that is the translational outreach. Basically taking all this new knowledge and trying to understand what it means to the patient. So I ask you to join GEMSTONE if you haven't done that, or if you are already part of GEMSTONE, to make use of the existing networking tools. How can you do that? Well, let us start by contacting Fiora Coromani at this email address, who can help you guide to which working group you should be done. And you also have the possibility to download the app that will allow you to be aware of all the activities that GEMSTONE is doing. I really ask you to follow an interactive format to make the best of interacting with very expert speakers, not only on the GEMSTONE days, but through all the ECTS Masterclass. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Fiora Coromani, researcher at Erasmus MC Rotterdam, Netherlands, and GEMSTONE Grant Holder Manager. In the next few minutes, I will walk you through some important features of the platform we will be using during this masterclass. As you must be aware by now, the masterclass is accessible through the phone app and also through the web app. The phone app can be especially handy to interact on the go. However, I would strongly recommend following the pre-recorded lectures through the web app. This way, all tables and figures in the presentations will be clear. To highlight some of the features of the platform, I will now share my screen. I think by now you should see my screen. This is the landing page. When you access the web app event, you will actually land on this landing page where you can see a shortcut to the program, the possibility to interact, a possibility to directly access student presentations, the frequently asked questions, and evaluation, which will be available by the end of this masterclass. And on Tuesday, we will also be able to see news here. If we move on and we go to this hamburger sign to expand the menu, we will actually see all the information topics found on the web app. Clicking on each of them will direct us to that specific item. For example, if we want to view the pre-recorded sessions, we click the tile of the pre-recorded sessions. We go, for example, to one of the sessions that are pre-recorded, such as models of research, and we choose the talk that we want to access, for example, different personalities of human osteoclasts, and we click on view recording. For the live sessions, however, such as student presentations here, the virtual room will be open only several minutes before we go live. So until then, for example, you will see this sign that says virtual room is closed. Further down the menu, we can find an interaction icon. This interaction area is designed to facilitate collaboration and connection among all of us who are participating in this masterclass. Note that each of us, if we want to be visible and therefore able to interact in this area, we have to give consent in the settings of our profile. Otherwise, there will be no visibility here. In the same menu, you can find the very useful tool search. And this can be used to search, for example, people. I'm going to search now my PI. And you can directly then, for example, connect, schedule a meeting or have a conversation with the person you searched here. And the other useful function of search can also be searching for a keyword, for example, fracture. And all the presentations that have fracture in their title, for example, will appear. And you can, this way, will help yourself to make a program based on your research interests. And before wrapping up, actually, I would like to draw the attention to a small detail that can be very, very useful to colleagues calling in from a different time zone than Central European Summertime. When you go to program, here in this corner with small letters, you can change the time displayed. For example, you can switch the time zone on which the program is shown from the event time zone to local time zone. With this, I would like to close this intro to the platform and wish you enjoy the masterclass and that it helps you start new collaborations and start and strengthen already existing ones.